Okay. I'm just waiting for the recording to start. Great. Good afternoon and welcome, COS 1511 students. I can see I've got Yvonne and I've got Emmanuel with their cameras on. Yvonne, you've asked a question for the purposes of our recording. Would you like to ask us the question again, Yvonne? Yvonne?
Yes, can you guys still hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Go ahead, Yvonne.
Yes, I'm here. Yes, as I had requested on page 68.
Let me open up page 68. Let's see page 68. Okay, 68. So you had a question for me on page 68. Yes. Okay, all right, let me do that. Page 68. Yes, I can see page 68. What's your question on page 68, Yvonne?
So on page 68 and certain characters, right? Using them as variables. So my question is, apparently on the first code that you had, there is a limit as to how you can how like the length of your string, it cannot be displayed fully.
Okay.
Right. So the solution was that can be fixed using the Getline function.
Okay.
So I just, yeah.
So you want to ask me about the Getline? Is that what you have a query about?
That's my query. And how does it work? Because I don't want to cram it. I just want to understand how is it used so that if I'm given a certain scenario, I know how to apply it, if I'm making sense.
Okay, great. Okay, so Yvonne, you're actually jumping all the way to page 68. I'm sharing my screen where it says Getline, right? Page 68. I'm looking at replace the statement C in name with Getline C in comma name comma backslash n, right? So because this is our very first time, Yvonne, I'm actually skipping pages 1 through page 67. But this is your question, so I assume you've gone through pages 1 through pages 67. Yvonne?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
All right. So the first thing that you mentioned out there was what the concept of a string. So Yvonne, are you able to see my code blocks? Yvonne? I'm sharing my code blocks.
I'm able to see
right.
those.
So you use the concept, the word string. String is found on line 7 where it says hello world. That's whatever's inside of it is a string. Then you notice, let's quickly do a quick revision out here. Line number 1, it says include IO stream. For the benefit of the students and for the benefit of the newcomers, and for those who may not have read pages 1 through pages 67, let me go and revise concepts of line number 1. Line number 1 says include IO stream. We're actually calling upon a library in C++. Line 2 is a blank line. That's just for readability. I don't need to use that. I could have excluded that. Line number 2 says using namespace standard. Line number 3 is where I start my program int main. Line number main is the main.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
You said you could have skipped what?
I could have skipped the extra line. I don't need that line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. So the question here we have, I'm not sure, that was Emmanuel that asked the question. You said it's Yvonne's session. She wants to know about the Getline. But before I go to the Getline, I just wanted to talk to you about a basic structure of a program. So any program right now will have the begin and end. If you look at line number 4 and line number 7, that's where you got the begin and end. You got a C out. C out stands for console output, and I'm simply saying hello world. So instead of saying hello world, I could have said hello YVONNE. Hello Yvonne. How's that, Yvonne?
Amazing.
Okay, great. Now I'm going to run my program. So I'm assuming that all of you have loaded code blocks and you've installed it. And yay, how's that, Yvonne? It says hello, Yvonne. Yvonne,
Yes, yes.
Right, great. So I said, hello, Yvonne. Now I could have also said anything I wanted to say to Yvonne. Doesn't matter because inside here is a string. This is a string of characters, Yvonne, right? Okay, so oops, let's just recompile. Compile means I'm taking the code, I'm putting it into some kind of language that the computer understands, and I'm going to display it. So Yvonne, are you able to see my output where it says, hello, Yvonne, HAKKK?
Yeah, I am able to
Great,
see that.
great. Now I'm going to jump into your question that you asked me. So Yvonne, on page 68 or page 67, let me do a new share quickly. Yvonne, this is the question that you had. You said, what is this Getline? And Getline comes from lesson number 7. And in lesson number 7, they talked about a program that says, inputs and displays a string. Please enter your name, C in name. Now, Yvonne, because time is of the essence, I'm going to simply copy and I'm going to paste this into my code blocks program. I'm the only teacher who's going to allow you to copy. Yvonne, what do you think of that?
We love it. We love it.
Great. So I'm going to delete that. Yvonne, I'm starting a new share. And there's my code blocks. I deleted my previous program, Control V. And aren't I a fast typist, Yvonne?
Oh, need for speed.
Need for speed, need for speed. Okay, so I've taken this program and now I'm going to build and run it, right? So it says, please enter your name. Okay, so my name, Yvonne, is Prinavin.
Governor.
And it says, pleased to meet you. All right, so it ran line number 9, C in is console input, and it requested my name, Prinavin, and it stored it in a variable called string, a name which is of type string. In line number 10, it says, see out hi, name, which is Prinavin, and it says, pleased to meet you. All right, so let me run this program again. Run this program. It says, please enter your name. And the name I'm going to type in is Yvonne, Y-V-O-N-N-E. Hi, Yvonne, pleased to meet you. Yvonne, so far, so good?
So far, so good.
Great. Now, the program says, in line number, on page, it says, try running this program, but enter Mary Low Fisher Price for the name. So let me go and enter in Mary Low Fisher Price. That's a rather long name. So let me start my share again, share my screen, and I'm going to share code blocks. Right, so let's go with sharing. Yvonne, are you able to see my screen where it says input and display a string?
Yes.
Great, so now I'm going to run it, and this time I'm going to type in Mary Low Fisher, right? That's what they asked me to do. Oh boy, look at that. Look what happened.
It only printed out Mary.
Ah, is that Emmanuel?
Yes.
Emmanuel, thank you. Great, so it only printed out Mary. Forgot about Low Fisher. Anyway, I don't know who that person is. Let me run my program again. Hold and run. Prinavin Governor. Tutor extraordinaire. Right? Oh, look at that. It only said, hi, Prinavin, pleased to meet you. Oh, man, I don't like that. I wanted to say my whole name, Prinavin Governor, tutor extraordinaire. So let me see what does page 67 talk about. It says, replace the statement C in name with Getline in the above program and run it again. Yvonne, you with me?
Yes, I am.
Are you able to see where it says replace the statement with Getline?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
yes.
so I'm going to copy that again. Which other lecture will allow you to copy that, right? So I'm going to copy that for Yvonne, and I'm going to place in Control V. So now I'm removing line number 9. Removing line number 9, Yvonne. I've got Getline, C in name, and it's got a backslash in there, right? Let me just have a look at page 67 again. Page 67 says \n, right? So it's got \n, \n.
A Uline character.
Right. Okay, let me go and build this and build and run it. So it's a please enter your name. This time I'm going to type in Prinavin, Governor, cost 1511 tutor extraordinaire, right? Whoa, look at that, Yvonne. It says, hi, Prinavin Governor, cost 1511 tutor. Oh, and I even spelled extraordinaire wrong. Pleased to meet you. Yvonne, are you able to see that, Yvonne?
Yes, I'm able to see that.
Right. Okay, so Yvonne, I'm gonna try and do it again now, right? This time I'm gonna build and run, and I'm going to say, please enter your name. Yvonne. What's your surname, Yvonne?
Rakoma, Rakoma. Rakoma.
WhatsApp. Right, Yvonne, what do you think will happen, Yvonne, when I type this in, when I press enter?
It's going to display Yvonne Rakoma, Office Administrator, as it is.
Yes. There we go. Can you see, Yvonne? Now, Yvonne, I'm going to change it, right? I'm no longer going to say Getline. I'm going to make that a comment. And I'm going to say see in name. Yvonne, let's run this program, build and run. So now I'm going to say, please enter your name, Yvonne, Yvonne, Rakoma, WhatsApp, Administrator. Oh no, Yvonne, check what happened.
Yes.
What happened, Yvonne?
It discarded every character right after my name. After Yvonne, it discarded everything.
Yes. So in your own words, Yvonne, tell me, what does Getline do and what does CIN do?
Okay, if I were to explain the difference between CIN and Getline, CIN, the way that I understand it, it basically fetches whatever that was input, like, okay, because on line 7, we have string name, right? So how CIN works on line 10, it basically fetches whatever that has been placed as name, like your insert, but it doesn't say to what extent. So, but I believe there's a limit to that, because we only said name, because on string 7 we only had one character. So now I'm asking myself, what would happen, say for instance we had like name and comma surname, like would that change? Like, okay. I'm just curious.
Okay, so let me just summarize what you said. All right, in CIN it only takes the first variable or the name Yvonne. It excludes anything after that. So whatever spaces are there, it excludes that. But if I had to have Getline in there, then it takes the entire line with the spaces and it displays that on screen, right? So that's the difference, Yvonne. That's where you, well, that was your question, and that's what I tried to answer, and hopefully you've seen that, okay? If you want to use and display the entire name, surname, and let's say a title or anything else that goes with it, then you must use Getline. But if you only want to have just a single string value being placed inside the variable, then you will use CIN. Does that answer your question, Yvonne? Yvonne?
Okay, not entirely, not entirely.
Okay, why?
Okay, I have two questions now. So
okay, before we finish that question, do you know what is Getline? You start off by saying, what is Getline?
Okay, Getline, I get it, but I
You
want
get
you to I want you to explain to me the new line. What does it
Okay.
do? Like,
All right,
explain whatever that's
go back
inside
to
the
Getline,
bracket.
right?
Explain that
Okay, let's go back to Getline,
on
right?
how it
So,
works.
okay, so here's my best friend, Google. Google talks about Getline. I'm sharing my screen with you. Are you able to see it? It says Getline is a standard library function that is used to read a string or a line from an input stream, right? So you are okay with Getline. Yvonne?
Yes.
Great. So let's go to new line. Now your next question is new line.
I am.
So let's take out \n, right? And I'm now going to run my program, build and run it. Right? So it says Yvonne, Yvonne, Rakoma. WhatsApp, ADMINISTRATOR, right? WhatsApp administrator. How's that, Yvonne? Yvonne?
Okay, it's good.
It's good. It's good. It's good. Right? Let's build and run it again. Oh, this time I'm going to take out. And so you get the difference, Yvonne?
Not quite.
Not quite, because there's no difference here. You know, there's no difference, right? Can you see it? So what I'm trying to get to you is, if you want to find out what something does, go and put it in there and try it out for yourself, right? So I'm just going to show you back. There's something called \t as well, right? Tab, \n. For now, just concentrate on using the Getline function versus the cin function, where cin takes a string in the variable, it ignores all the spaces. Getline simply takes name, second name, and whatever else you have, the entire string that's found on that line. Okay? You're just starting off with the work, Yvonne. Don't complicate matters by including, like you said, you want to have name, surname, all of that goes with it. Slowly, slowly.
Yeah.
Okay? Is that all right, Yvonne?
Okay, just to summarize everything, you're saying that the Getline function includes everything. It doesn't have a limit as to what extent.
Correct, correct. Think of it like that. It includes the spaces, a name, surname, your title, all that goes with it. Okay? And it will display, and it will, yes, and it will store that in the variable called name.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
You get it now. All right?
I get it. I get it now.
Great.
Alrighty. I think I'm good.
Okay.
So can I also ask something?
Yes, please. Who am I? Thank you, Yvonne. Does that end? Can I take a question from Emmanuel?
Oh yes, yes, you may.
Thank you.
All
yes,
right.
Emmanuel.
I wanted to know, when you are using the Getline, and instead of putting spaces, you don't put any spaces, will it return the entire string?
Good question. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. Right? Let's try it out. So here's my, Emmanuel's asking a question where I said, if I don't put in any spaces, right? So here we go, Emmanuel. So I'm running the screen, Emmanuel, E-M-M-A-N-U-E-L, right? Emmanuel, what's your surname, Emmanuel?
T-O-F-A.
T-O-F-A?
Yes. Right.
Emmanuel TOEFL cost 1511 students, right? What's this, Emmanuel?
Yes.
Hi, Emmanuel TOEFL cost 1511, pleased to meet you. Okay, so it took whatever I had and it displayed it with the spaces, your surname, and what your status is, right? So let's ask this, let's now take out the Getline and let me use cin, which I have out there, and I'm going to say build and run. Emmanuel, E-M-M-A-N-U-E-L-T-O-F-A, cost 1511 students. What do you think will happen now, Emmanuel?
It will return only Emmanuel.
Correct. Hey, then why you ask the question? Very good. You know your work.
I wanted to know
Hmm?
if you don't put a space, but you write that whole statement.
Great, let's do that. Let's do that. EMMA, let me do it with Getline. Sorry, let's do it with Getline.
Okay.
Oopsie. Let's do it with Getline. Right, so I made that a comment statement. Build and run. EMMUNUEL, Emmanuel, TOFA. Oopsie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Aha! What do you think? What do you think happened?
Yeah. Everything
Right.
is displayed.
So the space is the one that kind of ensures that it removes all the characters after that, all right? Does that kind of answer your question?
When it encounters a space, it just stops.
Kind of. Yeah. That's
Okay,
Thank you,
okay.
Emmanuel. Okay. I just wanted to do one thing for today, was to greet you. Okay, two things. Greet you, meet you, and also to just explain the difference between Getline versus CIN. I hope you liked it, Emmanuel and Yvonne. Thank you very much. There's 19 participants out here. Wow. Anybody else would like to say anything?
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
There's a question in the chat. I don't know if you're gonna answer it or.
Okay, I didn't see that. Let me check the chat. It says, oh, there we go. Good day, sir. Thank you so much for the session. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Just a side question. I'm using Visual Studio instead of code blocks. Will there be a problem? It should not be a problem, Elizabeth, but it'll be nice to always kind of work with what Ms. Mvalasi has asked you to use, all right? Instead of code blocks, you could have also used a program called Online GDB. So, Emmanuel, have you used Online GDB?
No, I haven't. I've only used code blocks.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to now do a share quickly. I'll make this worth your while. So here goes. Let me open up something called Online GDB. ONLINE GDB. Right. So there's Online GDB. Emmanuel, I'm sharing my screen. Are you able to see Google?
Yes, I can.
Great. So now it's opening up Online C++ Online Compiler. The important point out here, Elizabeth, is that you get to grasp the concepts of programming, right? That's what C++ COS 1511 is all about, okay? Emmanuel, I'm opening up, there we go. Right, check it out, Emmanuel.
Yeah.
What can you see, Emmanuel?
Mm-hmm.
There's an online compiler.
I can see a lot.
All right. Okay, so now I'm going to, again, delete that. Control V. Oh, let me go and copy it first. Let's go to code blocks. There's my code blocks there. Control C on my keyboard. Control V.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, failed to compile. I'm just going to stop sharing and I'm going to share my screen again. Let's open up Online GDB again. I'm doing this in real time. So you could use online compiler to do the very same thing that, there we go. Right. So what I'm doing now is I'm copying my file, all the contents of my controls.
Now I can't see your screen.
Oops, okay, give me a second. Right. I'm sharing my screen. Emmanuel, are you able to see my screen now?
Now
Emmanuel?
I can't see your screen, sir.
Okay, let's do it again.
No, it only shows that you are sharing, but it's blank. I can't see anything.
Okay. How about now?
No, there's nothing. Maybe others can see. I don't know.
No, I can't
No,
see.
Nope,
no one
can't see.
see.
Okay, let's do it again. New share.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
now.
Great, great. Okay, so there we go. All I'm showing you is that Elizabeth asked the question, can she use Visual Studio? You can use Visual Studio. It's just a means to an end. That's what this means. You know what I'm showing you right now. You could use any other compiler, but you need to gain the output from the program. Okay. Hello.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
So if
fine.
I run it on with online GDB, can you see at the bottom of the screen is getting, please enter your name, EMMUNUEL, right? TOFA,
Yes.
cost 15, right? You must remember this is doing online compiling from the GDB site. So it's taking a little while to run the program. Okay, so does it answer your question, Elizabeth?
Yes, it answers my question. Thank you. I will download code blocks though. Thank you.
Yes, please. If you're having difficulty, I've got an older version of code blocks. I can share the Google Drive link with you. All right.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Emmanuel, for bringing it to attention Elizabeth's question. Is there another question?
It's just like a continuation, like on the question that we just asked, because like currently I have a problem with my compiler, but I'm using code blocks. So I'm asking, because this is like a temporary fix for me, but I still cannot seem to get it working or whatnot. So will that be a problem in the long run?
No, no.
Using this online one?
No, no.
Okay.
It won't be a problem, but you see, ma'am will reference code blocks. So it'll be a good idea if you can sort out your code blocks issue. Okay. What I can do for you is I could share my. Let me open up my Gmail. I can share my drive, right? And I have a version of. Let me see. Right, so where's my code blocks here? Cost 1511. I've got a set of a folder where I have installation files. I could share that with you. Would you like that?
Yeah,
Hello?
that would be great actually.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Are you able to see
Yes.
my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna get the link out there, get the link. And I'm going to say, copy the link and open up the
Yeah, you
chat.
can share.
And I'm posting that in the chat, right?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
But it's restricted.
Yeah, you gotta, yeah, only those people who go and click and ask for a request, I'll do it, right? Okay, so let me see what you do in there. When you open it up, you download this file, right? It's Ming 17.12. I know there's another version 20 and 19 and all of that, but I found this works quite nicely. I also have a tutorial on how to run code blocks. Okay.
Okay.
Right, so I'll share that as well. I hope I answered your question. Thank you very much.
Hi, sir. I'm not sure whether you've answered the question on the chat. I think it was asked by Bianca or something.
What did Bianca
about
say?
It says, hey, I have two questions. What is the difference between get.line and scene.get? And why is an empty get.line used sometimes? I'm not sure whether I joined the chat too late. You have already addressed it.
We spoke about Getline, right? Yes, we spoke about Getline. And for now, I don't want to confuse anybody, including other objectives for the Zoom lesson. The Zoom session was purely on the Getline, all right? And if you listen to the recording, you'd be able to differentiate when it is empty, when the space is there, and all that goes with it. So in a way, I kind of answered it, all right? Okay, that was Bianca's question. Bianca, do you want to unmute and ask the question again? See whether I could explain anything to you. Hello, Bianca. Bianca, are you there? Okay, Bianca's, I think she's having issues with her mic. Right. Bianca? Okay. All right. Can we end the session? It was supposed to be in 15 minutes. Look at it. It's going on and on and on. Talk to me.
It should have been longer,
Okay, so
because we have a lot of questions.
So for future Zoom lessons, are you going to update us on the WhatsApp chat or?
Yes. Okay. This is just because it's a public holiday and we are all on leave and we're not working. I generally have my Zoom sessions on a Saturday at 12 o'clock, right? Saturday, 12 o'clock to about 12:30 or so. And but if it's a simple question, I tend to phone the person and answer the question for them, or on the WhatsApp group or something like that I do. But because we started a little late and I thought maybe it'll be good idea to meet and greet you guys. That's why we did this today. Okay. And Yvonne is my WhatsApp administrator, so kind of, right? Okay, so quick summary. Getline receives input from the user console input. It takes everything on the line, spaces, characters, you name it. But cin without the Getline will only take the first string, and whatever happens after the spaces, it ignores it. Okay. And I also answered Elizabeth's question whether she needs to use code blocks only. And I said, not necessarily so, but it'll be a good idea to do that because that's what the lecturer is using. And yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. If there's no more questions, I'd like to terminate.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I do have a hello. I do have a question.
Yes,
is it possible if I have any problems regarding programming, how should I reach out to you? Should I reach out to you on WhatsApp or WhatsApp group, or WhatsApp? Should WhatsApp you personally if I have any inquiries?
Okay, that's a good question. All right. Now let me tell you how many students there are in the past 1511 my years. It's 1,799 students, and it's going to be a little tedious if I have to, go through 1,799 students. In fact, I'm the only e-tutor right now. Last year they had a few other e-tutors, and we shared it. We had like 300 students per group. So I don't know how Mrs. Imbalasi is going to work. This was actually a student initiative that set up the WhatsApp group, and I just joined. So for now, you could email me. It'll be lovely if you could use the My UNISA website as a means of communication, because that's the official communication tool. Unfortunately, I noticed you are unable to reply to my messages, and you cannot post any discussion features on the My UNISA site, hence the WhatsApp group that started. So I'm in a bit of a catch-22 situation. If I open myself out to 1,799 students, it's going to be rather difficult. I'll be answering questions from morning till night. And I also am a full-time lecturer at a university. Plus I supervise students. Plus I have wife 101, kids 201, dogs 301, just like you guys. It'd be a little tough to do that. Hey, there's Carlos.
But we would just like lessons, especially you were talking about from page 1 to 67. We just want a lesson for you to go through with us through those pages.
Sure.
Why don't you go to W3 schools? It's like easy stuff.
I could do that. Someone mentioned W3 schools. Yes, let me share my
Yeah,
screen
there's a
here.
tutorial there.
Yes. Thank you very much.
But it's better when you have a tutor telling you and showing you things, because when questions come along, W3 schools won't answer them, you see.
See, that's how I got a
Okay.
job. That's how I got a
If
job.
we're interacting like this and I have a question, I know you'll be able to answer. Rather than
okay,
when
great.
I'm just going through W3 schools.
Okay. No, I hear you. But you see, the model that UNISA is using is that this is a online platform. We don't have face-to-face, and you also are correspondence students. So it's not as if you are experiencing 4 lecture periods per week, like what happens at a university, a traditional university. And I won't be able to go through every single page from page 1 to page 67, because it's going to be very time consuming. But what I can do for you is, if you have an issue, you have a problem with the particular page, like what happens with Getline. Yvonne wants to know what's the difference between Getline and CIN. So then we can have a quick online session and we can explain what's going on there. Does that help you?
Yeah, very much so.
Okay, so let's go through W3 schools. I'd like you to, I'm sharing my screen. I hope you can see it. Can you see my screen? Right? W3schools.com.
Yes, I can see a screen.
Great. Now, if you go through this, if you simply read what's going on out here, I guarantee you, they even have tried self exercises. So you become independent in terms of not being dependent on me, the tutor, or the lecturer for that matter.
Yeah.
All right. I also have YouTube videos on the lessons that I have out here. So if you go to YouTube and you search for my name, right? You go to YouTube and search for Prinavin Governor, right? So you'd be able to find my videos out there.
Okay.
Right. Let me go to my library. I'll share that with you. I'll post that in the WhatsApp group, right? If someone can just ask me a question, and I'll post it for you. I gotta find where I am.
Okay.
Look for my channel.
So
there we go. There's my channel. There's my playlist. Right. There we go. Right. So I also have videos available for you if you like to watch. Like I said, I've been doing this for a number of years now, and I've recorded videos. There we go. Right. Okay. I don't want to. Oh, look at the time. 45 minutes, and it was supposed to have been only 15 minutes. Yes, talk to me. Anybody else with a question? Okay.
So since you said you have classes on Saturday afternoon, right?
Yes.
Can you please give us on which topics are you going to have the class on, so that we can draft our questions that we have?
Yes, that would be a very good idea. See, Yvonne asked me, she wanted specifically Getline and CIN, the difference between the two. Now, because she was my WhatsApp administrator, and because we've been in communication with each other over the week, so I kind of opened it out to everybody as well, and I answered her question. If there's a specific question that you have, I can also prep. It helps me as well in terms of what I need to teach you and what you can answer. Ask me a question. I tend not to have too many objectives for a particular Zoom session. So over the course of the week, we'll communicate with each other, and we'll take it from there. How's that?
Perfect.
That's
fine,
okay?
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I
We
say
have
it's
to process.
okay. Thank you.
Right.
Thank
But
you
for
so
now,
much.
I want you all to concentrate on the first assessment, and I want you to ensure that you don't leave programming for once a week or once a month. You must do a little bit of programming every day. Okay?
Pardon,
Yes.
excuse me.
Yes.
So we did send you an email earlier. We had an email correspondence with you. We asked you about the extension that
Okay.
in
Let me check my email.
connection with
What
the
was the-
assignment. Has that been
It's been
confirmed?
first May, I think.
I think it has been confirmed. Students have mentioned that there has been an extension granted.
I think it's on the 1st of May.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
1st of
but
May.
many of the announcements are still saying that the assignment is due tomorrow. So we're a little confused on this.
Okay, now
Yeah.
let me tell you about me and giving due dates. So I am actually contracted to UNISA. I'm not a UNISA staff per se. Ms. Invelasi is the lecturer, and I've actually emailed her and asked her for confirmation thereof about the due date for the assignment. But I can tell you, having experienced UNISA for a number of years, the first assignment, they are generally lax. They kind of allow you to have a little bit of leeway and extension. However, having said
Okay.
that, I would suggest if you could spend some time trying working on it, do it and get it out of the way. You know, when you have an extension, it kind of hangs over your head. I have this to do, da 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 da, and a due date kind of forces you to answer the question. So, if you can, go for it. What you say?
No, okay, that's fine. It's just a case of in many of the subjects I've been reading, they say that the first assignment is your crucial assignment because
Yes,
it's the one that qualifies you for the year-end exams.
yes,
So
yes,
that's
yes.
the one I've been stressing about.
Yes, yes, yes. No. I heard there were other students as well. Like I said, I'm waiting for the lecturer to send me something officially, or I asked her to post an announcement as well. So I don't like to put my name on the block and say, hey, yes, an extension has been granted. And then you discover, oh no, there's no extension. And then you're going to blame me.
Okay.
You know where I'm coming from? Is that Maria?
Yeah,
How
no,
do
I
you pronounce your
understand.
name?
Yeah.
How do you pronounce your name?
Mariana.
Mariana, right? So
Yeah.
for there's lots of students that are telling me that an extension has been granted to the 1st of May, I think it is.
Yeah.
And if you can see that in writing, there we go. Take a screenshot and you have your evidence. But don't panic,
Yeah, we have
Mariana.
the screenshots.
All right.
Okay.
If you like,
Yeah.
send me an email and I will forward that to the lecturer.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thanks for the
welcome.
lesson.
If you go onto my UNISA and you click the specific module course 1511 and the actual assessment one, it will tell you that the due date is the 1st of May. So it's been extended.
Oh, thank you, Carlos. Carlos, let me do that now. So you
Yeah.
tell me, Carlos, if I go to the My UNISA site,
Yeah.
Carlos, I'm
And then
sharing
you
my,
select.
Carlos, let me just share my screen here,
Yeah.
Carlos.
And then you select.
1 second, Carlos. You now become the lecturer or the tutor, Carlos. Right. So Carlos, talk
Thank
to
you,
me,
Dr.
Carlos.
Govender.
Right. So Carlos, talk to me, Carlos.
Yeah. Just log in. Yeah.
Okay, let me log in. Don't look at my
Please
password.
just log in with your access. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah. And then select course 1511. Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
Select. Yeah.
Okay, let me go to, there we go, course 1511. Carlos,
Yeah.
are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I can. And then on the left side, just select assessment one. If
Okay,
you
let
just
me
scroll
go to
down assessment one, you'll
thank
see.
you, Carlos. Yes, Carlos.
Yeah. And then you'll
Oh, there
see
we
the
go.
due date.
Thank you. The schools will
1st of
close
May.
on Monday, the 1st of May, 2023. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So there we go. Carlos has confirmed that. Yes. Thank you, Carlos. Mariana, are you there? Hi, Mariana.
Yes, I'm still here.
There we go. There we go. Mariana, can you see it's written in black and white?
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Thank you, Carlos.
Yes. Thank you very much. I do just have one other question
Sure,
regarding
go
the
ahead.
administrative side of things.
Yes, go ahead.
So Miss Promise is the lady listed as our official lecturer, but there's another lady, Dr. LaRue, who seems to be sending us the emails, who is actually giving the class.
Oh, Dr. LaRue is here. Sorry?
Well, we are also having correspondence from Dr. LaRue. Are they joint giving the programming module, or?
I'm not sure about Dr. LaRue, but I know that Ms. Invalasi is definitely the lecturer that I communicate with, and she sent me the study material. And I haven't been introduced to Dr. LaRue as yet, but if and when I do, I promise I will share the details with you. Is that okay?
Thank you so much. Yes,
great.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mariana. And where are you calling me from, Mariana? Okay.
From the Northern Cape.
Northern Cape. Oh my word, Northern. We've got Northern Cape. We've got Copies. We've got Free State. I know Carlos is somewhere in Johannesburg, and I'm in Durban. Wow, I love teaching UNISA students because I go around the country. Isn't this fun? Oh,
well,
was fun
it's
for me.
Certainly very cultural.
Yes, yes, it suits me too. It suits me too. Okay, great. Oh, I can see there's one more question in the chat. It says, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Titus. Yeah, Titus is my WhatsApp administrator as well. You know what? I should have stopped the recording some time ago because I've been recording everything that we spoke about. Let me go and stop the recording.